Did it make you want to go,
It
Wakanda forever?
It made me want to go more like Wakanda forever.
Oh, yeah. It had that heart.
That was a masterpiece. I mean, I'm gonna give it 5 reels for sure. What?
Welcome back, and thanks again, guys, for tuning into the Real Screeners. Now, before we dive into our review of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, yeah, just want to let you guys know that we have a special offer for you guys on our movie mashup merch at the end of the video, so make sure you stick all the way through the end. Yeah.
Yes, realscreeners.com. Don't forget. And so, without further ado,
let's dive in like Namor, brother.
Let's dive in. Yeah, is this the proper send-off for Chadwick Boseman? This is one thing that is on everybody's mind. How much is he in the movie? We can't tell you. Is this a worthy sequel? Should this be Oscar nominated? What's on your mind, Lenny? What's on your mind? How did you feel about this movie in comparison to the first movie?
Okay, well, I thought this was... Wow, it's
tough,
you
right?
say, how do you compare it to the first movie, right?
Tough, right?
Because to me it's kind of like apples and oranges.
Movie.
It's a different movie. That's exactly because this is more about Wakanda than it is about Black Panther in my eyes.
It's about grief. A lot of this is it really is about, losing someone, and we're not going to beat around the bush. I mean, Chadwick Boseman isn't with us anymore, and so this is about Letitia Wright's character, Angela Bassett's character, so the Queen and Shuri,
right,
and how they grieve the loss of a brother and the loss of a son, and a lot of it is about that.
Yeah,
but it's also about continuing to protect Wakanda, because now more than ever Wakanda is vulnerable, right? And so we got to protect that vibranium, right?
So yeah, like he said, they're grieving the loss of Chadwick Boseman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, there's a new threat from Namor. Namor, he is in charge of the what would we call them? The not
Talokians.
Talokians, because
Talaka.
Yeah, he has
Do we need to look this up?
He has this underwater kingdom.
Kingdom.
He's trying to protect them, and he feels like the surface world is a threat, and so he's trying to find. He goes to Wakanda. He's trying to find an alliance with them, or else.
And there's a lot that goes into it because the movie really delves into Namor's past, but and I'm trying to not give too much away, but there's a lot in here about, of course, similar themes to the original movie about colonialism, about slavery, control, and the effects that has on people, especially when people are suppressed, and how they fight back with retribution, or they choose to fight back with retribution versus fighting back with empathy, compassion, love, all of that stuff.
All of that Disney stuff.
And that's at the center of this movie. I'm going to just jump in and say that what really makes this movie and why I enjoyed this movie, because overall I really think this is a strong sequel, is the female characters and how well they act. I mean, Angela Bassett, man, wow.
Yeah.
As the Queen.
As a wounded yet strong queen.
Good in this movie. I mean,
it's what you wanted from the first one.
The way that her lips shake and the way that it's just so good. And Letitia Wright is, Lupita Nyong'o, of course, Academy Award winner. This is a very female-centered movie, and for a while, it doesn't feel like a traditional MCU movie because of that reason. It's a nice mixture of drama and interactions between these characters, and then action, but there's not too much action, but then there's the right amount of action. I don't know. I felt that even at its 2 hours and 40 minutes,
it's worth every minute of it, I think.
I was never bored by it. I was thoroughly entertained. I enjoyed it,
Yeah, this movie does a really good job of a I guess, a suspenseful and a methodical build-up. It really sets the stage for you through the first 2 acts.
Yep.
You know, it's very dialogue heavy in the first 2 acts. It's not your typical MCU movie, which is to its credit because it's a little bit of a departure, right?
Absolutely.
But they do sprinkle in obviously some action scenes because at the end of the day, it is a Marvel movie.
It is an MCU movie. It felt so much more realistic than Aquaman. Even the special effects were superior. I really liked the way that they built that world, and I really enjoyed Tenoch Huerta
Yes.
as Namor.
As Namor, yes.
Yeah.
Some people were criticizing because he doesn't look like your comic book Namor. He's not like some muscular Chris Hemsworth guy, but he does what he needs to do in this movie, and it's not about his appearance, guys.
Absolutely.
Like, for those who are criticizing, man, get out of here. Like, he does a good job. He does a really good job. He hits it. All the actors did a great job. Very dramatic roles. You know, appropriate for a movie that's supposed to be, in a sense, mourning the loss of Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, and to that, I think that the movie does give a proper send-off to Chadwick Boseman. Tonally, it feels a tad less spirited than the first, in my opinion. Plot-wise, it's a little more intricate in my eyes. It's about warring factions and about all of these, you know...
It's pretty political, right?
It's pretty political, so it's a little bit more complex, and tonally there are shifts.
And they do have some humor in there. Okoye,
They do.
played by Denai Guerrera. She gets a lot more screen time in this movie, which I appreciate.
And she's really good in it as well. And she has a really good scene with Angela Bassett that really is gripping, you know.
And she whoops some ass too.
She whoops some ass. Absolutely. let's not leave that out. And also newcomer that is the Iron Man wannabe.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the character's name is Riri Williams, right? But the actor's name is Dominique Thorne. She's integral to the plot.
She's a supporting character,
right?
But she brings a lot of good humor. Great humor is what I wanted to say. But,
she does, and she's very entertaining. You know, she's a young girl. She's an MIT student, about 19 years old. And the reason why she's in the film is she's kind of a plot device, but you can tell she's using her to kind of catapult, like maybe the new Iron Man, so to speak. You know, moving
like a new generation of superheroes to come, right? Exactly. But she was a lot of fun, and her interactions with Shuri were definitely bolstered a lot of humor, right?
Yeah.
Which was needed in the film. So the film really does a nice job of like hitting a lot of different tones and a lot of different moods.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It pulls on your heartstrings without overdoing it.
It does, yeah.
This is a very character-centered movie, not so much plot-based, although the plot is very interesting and intriguing.
Yep.
A lot of dynamic characters, right? A lot of characters who change throughout the movie.
Yep.
And that's what makes a good story. So
yeah, Ryan Coogler. Hats off to a worthy sequel. You know, you did something different. I applaud.
Yes,
I applaud a worthy sequel.
A nice segue into our real ratings.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, I'll go first.
You go first because I usually go first.
Whew, okay. All right. So I thought long and hard about this. Okay, I like this movie a lot because of its theme of unity. I mean, it is a Disney movie. You got to have your themes, right? So unity within family, within cultures. This was a different type of Marvel movie, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And I was nodding my head throughout the movie like, yep, I like that. Yes. I don't know if you saw me, but I definitely was.
No, yeah.
And
absolutely, yeah.
So
there were some of the scenes were like, it's just tastefully done.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see a Marvel movie that has some thought put into it.
They had some cool moments and some Easter eggs in this movie too, which I appreciated. So the one thing I will say about this movie that's not even a negative, but it's kind of like, it is what it is. This movie feels like a setup movie for new characters and new storylines moving forward.
It does.
And because of that, it did kind of slow it down a little bit for me. So I wish I could go 4.75, but I can't. I am going
it's a solid 4.5.
I would go 4.5.
It's a solid 4.5.
It's not quite a 5 because it feels like it's a bridge movie.
Yeah.
So.
And for me, the themes in the movie, they reverberate. They definitely hit you, you know. Sometimes, though, they feel a little like heavy-handed.
But it has to be, though.
And they even make it a point a few few times in the movie to actually like say the themes, whereas I much more enjoy when themes are kind of implied. And so for that reason, I'm also going to give it a 4.5. That's the only flaw that I could think of in the movie, honestly. But other than that, I think it's very good.
I would be remiss if I did not plug our store, realscreeners.com, where, guys, if you go and you put in the code REALDEAL, that's spelled REELDEAL, you will get a whopping 20% off of our merch, guys. This obviously is one of our designs here. It's going to be, since we do mashups, right? We've got Thanos mashed up with some anime characters here, so definitely check that out along with our other designs.
Absolutely. And don't forget to look us up on social media. We're on TikTok and Facebook, Real Screeners, and Instagram, real.screeners. Leave a comment down below. We really want to hear your thoughts on the sequel to Black Panther. How does it compare to the first? What are your thoughts? Is this movie Oscar worthy?
Could
let
be.
us know. Yeah.